Right now, continuing coverage of a Weather Authority alert.
Welcome back. Well, we have been tracking this storm for the past couple of hours, and you can see it's losing a little bit of steam. You're not seeing as many yellow blotches throughout this. That means those really heavy spots for some rain, but you can see this is now moving into Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. We are seeing a lot of lightning strikes. The big problem with this is we're seeing very heavy rain. We're also seeing high winds. We could see 40 to 50 miles per hour with this system alone. So right now, Sandpoint, you guys are getting hit with that. Bonners Ferry, Athol, Hayden, everyone really in North Idaho. I would say brace yourself for this storm because it is heading to you. And if you live in eastern Washington, still you are not out of the loop now because we are seeing some serious rain coming down, and we're also seeing some lightning strikes. But the main cell, the main system is in Sandpoint right now. You can see all of the lightning strikes there. So there are a couple things that we're worried about. Obviously, the winds are knocking down power lines. They're also taking out trees. Keep that in mind. As far south as the Spokane Valley and South Hill, all the way up into Northport. You can see right there by the Canadian border. We are hearing a lot of reports of very severe weather and also just the aftermath of this storm. We have 31,000 Avista customers out of power right now. Another 2,000 inland power customers are out of power, and a lot of those north central Spokane. You're in Deer Park, far north Spokane, and into Davenport, and that number is just going to grow as this system moves into Sandpoint and into Bonners Ferry, because we are going to see those power outages continue as this system moves through. The good news is it's losing a little bit of steam, but we're still seeing very high winds with this system. The other thing we have, a red flag warning that's in effect. So that area right there, we're seeing potentially some dry lightning. The good news, this storm is very wet, so hopefully that potential is going to go down. But we do have a lot of pictures from viewers that we wanted to show you. First of all, this is a picture of the storm coming into Lake Roosevelt. Dustin, thank you for sending this in. You can see that cloud just with all of the rain and the thunderstorms just really letting it all loose right there on that one house. And then also Crestline, we had this brush fire on Crestline just after Francis. You can see a lot of fire there. A brush fire either caused by either a downed power line or also dry lightning there. So if you do see a downed power line, be very, very careful. Don't go anywhere near it. Call 911, call Avista. I know Avista has been running around trying to fix all of the issues. They have so many people out of power, so many downed power lines just from the strength of this storm. Now we also saw some hail. You can see how large this hail is. Thank you, Tracy, for sending this in. This was in the Spokane area. Also lightning hitting a power line. Very terrifying images that we're seeing out of this storm. So if you are in the path, make sure you stay inside, get some ground. I know a lot of people like to be on the lake. Get inside. That's the biggest thing I could say. Take cover, because this system, this storm system, is very strong. As you can see, South Hill, the system didn't even go to the South Hill. We were just seeing very high winds in that area, knocked this huge willow tree down. So in the area, even it doesn't have to hit over you, but it is very strong. So here's a look at a time lapse from the Colville Airport. You can see finally a glimpse at the end. This is what it was looking like when it was in the middle of the storm. Very gray. We had just a ton of water coming down, and Colville was right in the middle of this system. So you can see the rain on the ground there, and then finally things really lighten up a little bit because Colville's at the end of this storm. Now it was one of the first cities to hit it really when it got into the into the Washington area. But our sky tracker, you can see we were very zoomed in. Now you can see we zoomed it out a little bit. You can see it moving into northern Idaho. It's also going to head into Montana and then go a little bit north there into Canada. It's moving east, and then it's going to be heading north a little bit as well. So we have this smaller system into Wenatchee that is very concerning for a couple reasons. First of all, we have a lot of fire crews that have been dealing with the first system. That really didn't help what they were doing with the fire because it knocked so many trees down, caused a bunch of new issues, and you also had some dry lightning with that system. The good news, this system, it has a little bit more water, not as severe, and we're not going to see the potential for dry lightning, at least not as much. So we're not as worried about the system that's in Wenatchee there on the eastern slopes of the Cascades. The one we are really watching right now is right here into Sandpoint. So Sandpoint, you are getting hit right now. Now we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We do not have a flash flood warning in effect. We had both of those a couple of hours ago. However, it has loosened a little bit, so we're not going to be seeing those, but I would still say get inside, take some cover if you can, go downstairs just until this storm passes. passes, because this is what it looks like outside. You're seeing very thick clouds, just a ton of rain coming down. The system has so much rain in it. In fact, 1 to 2 inches at one point came down really just 15 minutes to a half an hour. So that's why we had to call that flash flood warning. So that's what we're looking at. This is from downtown Spokane looking north. So you're not really going to get a whole lot of rain if you live on the South Hill. However, what you will be getting, you're going to be getting a lot of wind, and it's going to really cool off. So we're at 71 degrees right now. Just a couple of hours ago, we were at 90 degrees, so really dropped dramatically, 20 degrees, I would say, in the matter of probably a half an hour. Our winds, 26 miles per hour, that really skyrocketed as well. And you can see just from our current winds where the storm is. Look at Sandpoint, 40 miles per hour. Just 10 minutes ago, we were at 0 miles per hour. So very, very strong. Coeur d'Alene, you're looking at 23 miles per hour right now. Spokane, 26 miles per hour. Now where that weaker system is right now in Wenatchee, you're at 13 miles per hour. Moses Lake at 13 miles per hour. But again, these are just our sustained winds. So Sandpoint, 40 miles per hour, just sustained. That means your gusts are upwards 50, 60 miles per hour. And that's what we've been seeing consistently with this system. So that's why we're seeing all the down power lines and the drowned trees, just because our winds are so strong. There is a light at the end of the tunnel though. Your day planner for tomorrow, by noon you're going to be 88 degrees there, and then at 5 p.m. you're going to be at 94 degrees. We'll have more coming up on SWX.
This is continuing coverage of a KHQ and SWX Weather Authority alert. Also watch right now on your mobile device.